Hey guys, Scott here, Pine Barren Craftsman. Just going through this vet for my dad. Or he doesn't know it's for him. He thinks he just gave it to me, but it's going to be probably going back to him when he settles. When it's moving, if he gets a garage, I want him to have it back. But put some baking soda in here, fluffed it up, vacuumed it out, got a lot of the funk out. I've been going through with some simple green and some purple people eater. I've been spraying it over here, cleaning this all up. It's coming up nice, man. All this stuff is shining. But dealing with the cooling fans, two cooling fans. There's one on the back that pulls and one on the front that pushes. The front one, I believe, runs all the time, or maybe it comes on sooner than the main one that comes on later. Maybe there's a 180 to 200 degree swing. I'm not sure 100% yet. I haven't driven this car that much when it was running correctly with the fans. This was broken. Just sitting in place. This is for the ECM. I believe it's taking coolant temperature at the intake manifold for the mixture and for the computer to read, so it can adjust the air fuel mixture, because this is all being controlled by TPS sensor, mass airflow sensor. There's all sorts of sensors on this EFI, electronic fuel injection, to run this, where you don't have to adjust the carburetor, in case you don't know. But I found when I tested this sender, I took a wire, pulled this off, went through the relay to ground, the fan kicked on, the front fan, the pusher. The puller did not. Keep messing with it. I was checking it. I thought this was the other one here. It just kind of made sense, but this might be a knock sensor for another part of the electronic fuel injection and how it's running, control timing and all sorts of stuff. There's a relay that's mounted here. It goes on this clip. This clip was hokey pokey. I was wondering what the deal was. These pins move around and they go into a relay that looks like this. This guy. Okay, the relay mounts here. And I didn't know which one of these sensors controlled it, so I had to play with it. So put the power to the car, get my voltmeter out, start checking for voltage, checking for ohms. I checked the green clip that you saw there with a jumper, and I found this connector I pulled off on one of these, and just making sense of where it's coming from. Like, I wouldn't have known anything about this car unless I'm using common sense. Okay, so I'm seeing a water jacket or an area where there might be hot coolant flowing. So I'm assuming there's a couple of locations where you can get it. There's a couple ones on the back with these type of engines, or in the front by the thermostat. They want to get as close to that thermostat as possible, I think, typically when you're trying to control fans and stuff. And I used my voltmeter. I set it on horseshoe ohms. Okay, I use this as a jumper. I jumped out that green plug there with this. And then when you touch this together, you get a beep. It's a little bit of a stretch on that beep, but that's what you're looking for. That's called continuity or contact, So took that apart, figured it all out. There's a new upgrade to the location for guys that want to run this sensor. They put it in a different location, which makes the engine a little bit more performance and easier for the ECM to tune itself at idle, cold weather. Being that I live in a cold climate, I want to hook up all the heating system that's been disconnected for whatever reason. Car's only got 40,000 miles, and I can't imagine it's got a leak in the radiator, or I should say the heater core. I'm going to put all this back together. This warms up the intake manifold in cold temperatures, and the sensor's reading that to adjust the fuel. So there's a lot going on. So I bought the clip that I need. I was going to relocate it for the performance reasons and keep it cold, but I want this to run excellent, and I don't want this flopping around, cutting into my air conditioner line anymore. I want this to be pretty much stock. It's pretty much stock as it is, aside from these crazy horns and a couple of zip ties. When this is all said and done, I want someone to walk up to this and say, yep, this is a 100% bone stock car. and I don't want to have anybody's monkey grubbins and all sorts of fingers into this stuff. I don't like it, man. I don't like when people get greasy on something that's been all original. It's one thing to hack up a dirty bird like that because it's already been ripped apart. But I want to get right down to it. This relay in here has been all hot wired. I want to get that right, put the wires correct. I don't know why. This is, like I talked about last time, this is upsetting me. But it works. When I tested the relay, everything works. I put the relay in, and there's something going on internally with that relay. So I got a new relay coming. I proved it out. It's not the sender. It's not the wiring. There's no breaks in the wire. There's something up with the relay. This one works fine when I ground it out. That one doesn't. I jumped it out 6 different ways trying to get it to click. So thanks for watching. I'll go over a little bit more when I get it together, and we can go through a test. It's a lot of fun exploring this type of generation car because it's still basic. It's not completely off the chain like modern cars. It's getting wacky, you know, but nowadays too, there's a lot of information about people that flash these computers. When I was into these cars, there was nothing you could do to them that I remembered. You'd have to pay out the nose. Or a lot of guys are ripping these fuel injection systems off and putting carburetors back on because they didn't want to bother with it. But there's some efficiency there that's pretty neat. Like these cars, I think, get pretty good gas mileage, 24, 25 miles to the gallon. I think my buddy's father used to say he used to get going on the highway because they're light. I can go on all day talking, you know that. Thanks for checking in. It's nice to see a clean car that was taken care of and it wasn't all, you know, really chopped and butchered. You know, these cars got around, these Trans Ams. I don't think these Corvettes got reamed out as bad with the kids in high school. I think it was always going to the Trans Am or Camaro because of the back seat. You want to put your kids and friends in the back or whatever. These cars, it's pretty much a 2-seater and that's it. And we'll go through it, guys. Thanks for watching.